So welcome again, Naomi. I hope you enjoyed the last experience bringing through your nan. So today I wanted to try a different format. It's still the same process, but just a different medium to pop it down on. So do you have a name of another loved one that you'd like to link in with today?
Yeah, Maurice.
Oh, M-A-U-R-I-C-E?
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting because my partner's father's name was Maurice, and he was a New Zealander. Is this particular person a New Zealander as well? Yep. And is he your grandfather?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's why it's coming through straight away then. It was the second you said that I could just feel like where he fitted into the family around that. I feel like he was talented and that he had lots of old school talents around him. So was he good with his hands?
Mm.
Yeah, because
Yes.
he's talking to me about his hands. And it's interesting that I picked up yellow with that because it was like nothing would let him down. He wouldn't let anything put a dampener on his life. So I feel that he must have had a bit of a positive outlook on life. Does that make sense? Like he'd try to fix everything, or he'd be a good little problem solver. He'd work his way around. And possibly with his hands, it's like, oh, well, that might not fit that way, but leave it with me and I'll just tinker with something and I'll make it fit.
Mm.
And that, does that make sense? So
Yeah.
make it fit. Now, I feel like he was a little bit old school with some stuff, and naturally that's not a criticism, it's just a comment because he's just shown me the old school style that he had. Great value base. Family was very, very important for him. Does that make sense? Now, he's talking about 2 sons. So how many sons did he have, or what's it about 2 sons?
One son.
1 son, okay. And how many grandsons has he got?
Grandson 1, and then 2. Oh no, and then another great grandchild.
Okay, so he's probably shown me the son and the grandson. So
Yeah.
he's bringing me down to the grandson. Okay. Now, is he a teenager or something?
He's young 20s.
Okay, because it just felt a little bit like he wasn't like really little, and I didn't feel like he was old, but it just feels like his maturity level or something is just around that teenage type year, or that he's still finding himself. And these days, young ones don't usually mature until they're 25 or 27, whereas in your dad's day, they matured at 17 and 18. So he's just sort of talking about that. And he's saying he's a beautiful soul and that he will settle down. Okay, so I don't know if he hasn't quite found his career yet, but it just feels like he will settle down. He'll have great things. And now he's talking about another baby coming around in the family. So are you aware of another baby coming around, Dar?
No, not yet.
Okay, well, be aware because I just feel like that's on its way. Okay, so he's just talking about that. Has the one been born in the last, say, 3 to 6 months?
No. I feel like this might be about his great-grandson, because he's in the teenager and he's starting to settle down, but he needs to.
Okay.
I feel like this is
the great-grandson. Okay. So thank you for that feedback then, yeah. And as I was saying, he's showing that there's babies and new ideas and things like that. Why do I feel like someone really wanted to keep, and last time when we brought through your grandmother, this is her husband, is it?
Yes.
Okay, because he's saying someone wanted to keep the batch, or someone wanted to keep that little hut. So was it kept in the family?
Yeah, definitely.
Because it feels like it's in the family and it's staying in the family. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But he said the deed had to get transferred over to someone else.
Yeah.
But I feel like that person's very sharing and caring about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So everyone else has access. So if you ever go over there, you could stay there and things like that. Because I feel like it was really important for it to stay in the family. And I feel like he's wrapped that it stayed in the family. Now, did he have a connection with transport or things like that, Dar?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, because the reason why I'm saying that is he's showing me my father-in-law, not that I ever met him, but he was connected with trains.
Yeah.
And things like that. So was he transport or trains?
I think back in his time it would have been trains.
Okay.
And then he definitely worked on the waterfront with transport. Trains coming in and out, yeah.
Yep. So that's where he's showing that. So he's able to demonstrate to you that it is actually him that's coming through. Oh, I just feel like he must have been a bit of a character, because he's saying my hairline was receding or something. Does that make sense? Because he's talking about his hair. And did he used to wear a cap or something quite often? You know, like those baseball caps or a hat or something.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And I used to do his hair when I was little.
Oh, okay. So that's why he's bringing in the hair then again as a memory. But he seems very cheeky with everything. Now, he's also showing me his skin. Did he get sunburnt a lot or something, Dale?
No, he had beautiful olive skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it just had a connection with the sun, so maybe it was because it was olive or something, but he's just taking me to his skin. And to me, when I hear sunburn, it's they've been out in the sun a lot, so maybe he worked outdoors a fair bit, didn't he? And that with that. He's just showing me like a picture, and I don't know whether you remember this or not, but it's like, shall we say, a clothesline and overalls. So was that all his work clothes, just hanging, flipping around all the time on the clothesline?
Yeah, he definitely wore overalls.
Okay, yeah, so he's taking me to that. And are you getting a new car? So he's talking about a car, he's talking about the wheels, or have you had a flat tyre?
We actually were talking about getting a new car last night.
Yeah, so know that he was part of that. And it's interesting that he's taken me to the tyre, so just be cautious in case you get a flat tyre. Okay, around it. But part of it could be about the maintenance of your current car, that it would be good to upgrade into a new car. Does that make sense for you? Is that why you're thinking of upgrading? Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily then mean, I feel, that it's a flat tyre. It could just be about the maintenance and that it's time to move on. I feel he was very particular about his cars. Does that make sense? And that's why he's bringing that up. It feels like he's got that soft spot. He said, hey, just ask me, I'll steer you in the right direction and things like that. Now, what's blue at the moment for you in regards to... have you got a blue car or something? Who's got the blue car?
No one yet. No one's got a blue one yet.
Okay. Well, he's saying blue car, so I'm not sure naturally if that's what you get or whatever, but he's just talking about a blue car. And naturally blue varies from the navy blue right through to the light sky blue, but it's like a blue car that he's showing me around. Now, it's interesting. So who had the close call with the car? Who had a close car accident or something like that? Is that a relative of yours or in your family? Because he's showing me that it was close, and it was like he stood over them and he protected them while it was happening.
Not sure.
Okay, I'll leave that one there with you. But he's just talking to me about it might be another cousin or something. But he's just talking to me about the car and the close call, and it's like he's watching out over all of yous, okay, around things. Just trying to see what else is bringing through. He said he was proud of his marriage because he's taken me to his wedding ring, and he was very, very proud of his marriage and proud of the wedding and everything like that. And he's proud of what he said is quite amazing, and he's always known that this happens with families, but he's just amazed at how him and his wife could meet, fall in love so deeply, be in love all their life, and then produce all these beautiful people. He's really proud of that, proud of the family and that. So there must be a lot of people connected to those too, is there? It's kind of like, who would have thought, when I was a teenager, there'd be so many people that love me and connect in with me. So he's giving lots of love for that. Now, is he also at the batch? shall we
He
say?
would have been, yes, yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He helped build it, I think.
Oh, okay, because he's around there. Now, are his ashes and his wife's ashes close by? Or were distributed close by?
Together, yes, close by. Yeah.
And that's probably why he was also taking me to the batch, when I felt like he was around the batch or around that area or something like that. So he's talking to me about the ashes, and he said thank you for all that. And it's interesting, he's taken me to his wife's passing, and he said I was there waiting for her.
Good.
Okay. He said she didn't go over on her own. He said and there was lots of other people there as well. Just wait. He's given me the goosebumps, darling. I don't know if you can feel them. That's a cuddle for you, sweetheart. So lots of love, lots of joy. But know that your grandma didn't cross over on her own. He was there.
Good.
He said I didn't cross over on my own. So he said there was no way I was going to let her cross over on her own. Okay. Now, did he have a lump or something? Because he's just talked to me about a lump.
Possibly.
Like a little skin cancer or
Yeah.
something like that, or a lump of some sort. He's just shown me. And it's interesting because he's taken me up here, and I have a relative that they found a lump up here, and it was like a non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So who's had like a cancer scare or something like that? Because that relative of mine is still here. So it's like someone's had a scare or found a lump or something like that, that everything will be fine for them.
Oh, my partner's just had some things cut out of his back. It might
Okay.
be him.
Yeah, so it's like everything will be fine for him. Okay, so he's wanting you to know that, and I don't know if you're stressing a little bit about it, but it's like everything will be fine for him. Okay, sweetheart. So I hope that all made some sense for you.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
thank you, and thank you, Maurice, for coming through, and I really appreciate your time in doing that.